Hey everyone, Rick9G here. I want to thank all of you for joining me today in Magnum Rick9G, my channel where I'm going to start to focus on other of my interests, and one of them being coin collecting, believe it or not. And we're just going to get right into it. This is going to be a relaxing type video, nothing crazy, no crazy cuts, where we're just going to look at a whole box of nickels. So this is $100 worth of nickels. There's actually 50 rolls in here. Each roll has 40 coins, so that's $2 each, right? Each roll, 50 rolls, that equals $100. We're going to go through all of them. We're going to look for special coins, any errors, old ones, and just see what we find. Again, they're all nickels, and we'll just go through them. Hopefully this will be like a fun type video for you, kind of like an ASMR video, but also we'll get to learn a little bit about coins, and you'll see how I do it. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. And I don't know what's in here. Obviously, that's part of the fun, where there's gonna be a little bit of mystery as to what we find. We may find nothing really interesting, or we may find a lot of interesting things. Now, again, this is how I do it, and you may do it differently, and we'll see. I have a little thing right here with where I'll put my, well, actually, yeah, I have two little bins. I have one bin. All right, there we go. That's kind of how I wanted it. All right, so a lot of these newer ones, if you look at these, this is like a 15D. These aren't worth much, so I usually bypass these. If you see them with an S, though, they are worth a little bit more, not a whole lot more, but I go through those very quickly. I like to see the Buffalo ones or any World War II era ones. I think it's from 42. I have a reference book in case I miss anything, but I'm usually pretty good at spotting stuff, so I'm pretty sure I'll spot something that's interesting. I have things that I've collected over, time, but if I find something interesting in this, I'll let you know. And it's fun. It's a fun thing. To me, this is something you can do when it's raining, when it's hot, when you don't want to go outdoors. Look at this, a 69D. It's not worth crazy amounts, but it's pretty old. It's 1969, and I'll just discard that. And again, this is my first video when it comes to coins, and so I don't know. If you want to see more like this, let me know. It's going to be through a whole roll. What I usually do is, if you notice, I put 5. I like to do 5 rolls at a time, and this is my way of doing it. Sometimes I go through one row, sometimes I mix them up. It just depends, and I only go one-handed because that's the way I like doing it. I like to keep the other hand free to do other things, to open a roll or to look at a book if I have a reference thing to look at. Okay, so this is the oldest one we found right now, 64. Jefferson. No mint mark, so it's a 64 Philadelphia. When there's no mint mark, they never write the P on there unless it's P for Philadelphia, unless it's a really special thing. D stands for Denver, and then S stands for San Francisco. Those are the cities where they mint these. So this is a Denver coin. This was minted in Denver in 2021. D. And this is 2010. D. Denver. So Denver has a lot of minting that it does. San Francisco is a little more rare, but not every S coin is worth a lot. So you kind of need to know what you're looking for. A coin that I'm looking at that I haven't really found yet is a 1971 nickel. Sounds pretty normal. But if it's a proof, if it's like a reflective shiny thing and it says 71 with nothing on it, it could be worth over $1,000. And so I haven't found one of those yet. It is pretty rare. It's an error. But we'll take a look at that. This is an 88. It's seen better days, but look at that. A little bit of oxidation, a lot of green colors there. What I like about a video like this is that it's just calm. It's relaxing. There's no real agenda. Look at this one. So this is a 2022 P. This is more common to see in nickels. For example, pennies don't write the P unless it's a 2017 because it was the anniversary of mintage. So they put the P in there. And as you do more of this, as I'm doing, you learn more, and you learn a lot. So I have just a little bag that I'm going to place all the coins in, and then I'll roll them later on off camera. If you ever want to see me roll them or see how I roll them, I do have a little way that I do it. And it's rather quick than just doing them by hand. But yeah, I mean, there's many ways of rolling them. We can get into that. But right now I just want to search. This one looked interesting to me because it seemed a little concave here. But it's an 84p, nothing too crazy. Now the thing with this is, obviously, most of the coins that you will sort through that I'm going through aren't worth much at all. And so that's the point, that you're trying to find the rare stuff. Now this is cool. This is not worth much, but it's a buffalo. It's a reminder of the old Indian heads, 05, and look at Jefferson. I love that design of Jefferson. It's just so different, right, from this one, the side profile, which is what we're used to. And then we go to this one, which I think is cool. It's more of a 3D type Jefferson look, right? And then finally we have the newer version, which I'm not too fond of. I kind of get sick of it because I feel like it's not too popular. So yeah, so I'm going to dump these. Not really worth much to us. And I use plates. Some of you may think, why do you use plates, Rick? Well, I found that this is the best. I've tried boxes, but the boxes interfere with my transferring of the coins from sorted to, or the unsorted to the sorted. So these are obviously unsorted. These are sorted. And a box would interfere. I've tried many different ways. Sometimes I use a mat below these just to keep cleanliness, and you are seeing that I'm wearing a glove. That's on purpose. I mean, so many people handle coins and infections and stuff, and I do wash these gloves often. And when you get sweaty, I usually work with 2 gloves. So I have one on the sidelines here. It just happens to be another color. But this one, when this gets too sweaty and I just don't like it and so forth, I just switch it to this one, and I let the other one dry, like air dry. And then by the time I put the other one on, pretty much I keep a dry glove, right? So yeah, so remember, there's 50 rolls in here. And so if we do 5 rolls each, that's 10 times that we're going to do what we're doing. I don't know how long this video will be. That's not my concern. If it's an hour long, cool. If all of you want me to make shorter ones, I could totally do that. But maybe some of you like the long ones. Maybe some of you just like this so much that you can hear me speak. Maybe it relaxes you. Maybe you like the little pitter-patter of the coins. I don't know. You let me know what you want me to do. And try to keep the coins in frame as much as possible. I'm using a headset camera. It goes around my head. It's pretty good because it keeps my hands free. See, both my hands are free. It's a little weird. I'm not holding the camera with the other hand. It swings along with my head, so whatever I'm looking at, you're looking at. So again, we've found nothing crazy popular or nothing crazy, you know, that I want to look at. But like again, some people do 1 row by 1 row. I do 5 at a time. That's just how I do it. Hold on, this one's like stuck in there. Okay. All right, and this is how I cut them. I've watched another guy who does this actually on Instagram, CoinHub, I believe, and he uses a nail clipper. I did that until I broke the nail clipper, and I find that this is the fastest way to unwrap and go through the coins that I've found. I'm not saying this is the fastest ever, but this is the fastest for me, and I've created a pretty efficient system where I like the way that I do it. I tried so many different things, so many ways. Again, this is the one that works for me. Obviously, once the paper plates get all dirty, I just throw them away. I mean, and I know some people may say, that's a lot of waste. Well, not really, because if you're using paper plates for food, after you're done with food, you throw it away. So I use like 1 or 2 sets of these a day, or, you know, it's not as much as you would think. It's not like I'm going through 15 of these plates. So I like to spread these out like this. So sometimes I'll go through them a little quicker, or I'll be like, do I spot anything? I really want to look for those Indian heads. and those buffalo heads, because those are worth a pretty penny. I found one that's worth about $1,500 the other day, and that was so exciting, right? Literally, that's worth so much more than the whole box of nickels. And by the way, if you ever want to see what my collection is, I have them listed on eBay. And if you're interested in getting some of the coins that I find, some of the rare ones, I have them for sale on eBay. It's a fun little side hobby that I do. And I price them at what the auction value is. So basically, their average value is what I place them at. I do take offers too. Am I here pushing my eBay page? Of course I am. But I won't bug you too much about that. It's just for some people that maybe say, hey, I want to find some of the coins, or go through some of the coins that Rick finds. And what's crazy about going through these coins is that sometimes you may go through a box and may not find one thing that's interesting. Not one thing. It is disappointing, I'm not going to lie. You may go through maybe another box, and you may not find anything. Then the next box has 20 coins that are amazingly valuable. Or you may go through a dry spell of, so it just depends. It is so random sometimes. I have no guarantee. And so, obviously my goal is to find something really cool, really valuable to show you. But if I don't, the goal of this video will be accomplished. And that's to get this little style of video started for you. Seeing if you like this. Look at this coin. It got kind of weird and messed up there. See that? It's not valuable or anything, but it's just a weird... some coins take a beating. Some are super new and they look horrible. And you'll see some weird things in here. Sometimes you'll find coins of other countries. I find coins from Panama, Switzerland, Belgium, not Germany yet, but Canada, United Kingdom. I'm trying to think what else. United Arab Emirates. Just the weirdest coins that I would never find, because some are the same size. This is an older coin. This is a 58. We're not getting to World War II yet, but we're getting there. We're getting a little closer to that. And these look normal. This is a Denver, as you can see. There's a Denver. I don't know how clear that is to you. I can see it. Another thing too, if I turn this on, I'll show you. It's my little microscope here, so you can actually see what is going on. Hold on, let me amplify, put the light on. This is kind of in my way. You can kind of see that. Okay, so you can see the date. You can see how clear that is. Let me adjust a little more. You can see that 58, and then you could see Denver right there, the D. It's not as easy to spot as you may think, but it's there. I don't use the microscope a lot for nickels because there aren't that many coins that you need the microscope for. But when you come to pennies, absolutely. Pennies, you almost need a microscope or a really good magnifying glass, which, by the way, this is a magnifying glass, but to be honest, I don't use it that much as a magnifying glass. There we go, right? You can kind of see it does work for me in my eyes, but for me it's just easier to put it under the microscope and get what I want. So I most use this as a light, and in case I need it, then I can I can use the microscope if I need it. So yes, I changed my glove. And so, I don't know. I'd like to see how you want me to do these. I'm trying to adjust in my chair. If you want me to make them more silentish, let me let my glove cool off there. let it dry off. I could do it more quietly, like this. I'll finish it up quietly. See how you like that? Alright, so I did that kind of quietly. See if you like it. I could do it with minimal talking. I really don't mind. I could do it either way. I could do some videos talking less, some videos talking none at all, and some videos talking my mouth off. I could probably do either or. So, I know for some of you, you may think, Rick, 99% of these coins, or maybe 100%, are not valuable. Yep. And that's the fun. That's the fun. That's the excitement of what am I gonna get, right? And what am I gonna find? And again, I've done this with every denomination. I've done this with 50-cent piece, dollar pieces, dollar coins. I've done it with quarters, nickels, pennies, dimes. I do have my favorites. You may guess that yes, nickels are my favorite. I don't know. There aren't crazy things to find. I think in finding things, I like the pennies more. There's more variety of what you find and excitement, and like you find, I find a lot more interesting things. But I think when the nickels come, they're big finds. Like I found a $700 nickel. Like, are you freaking kidding me? A $700 nickel? Yep. And it was a certain year, very low number mintage. And that's what people are willing to pay for it because they want that nickel, right? And so, again, but I only found one of those ever. And so you have to like it. You have to always like what you do, whether it's YouTube, hobby coins, building little ships, whatever it is. Now look at this one. This is the oldest we found on camera. I found older than this in real life, but I mean on camera in this video. This is a 47. And it's a 47 Philadelphia. It's not the best shape. There's some pitting and things like that in the coin, but I'd keep this if I was just getting started. You know, start with a 40s coin. I'm going to return it back to the pile though, because I have 47s and they're not extremely rare. But again, the cool thing about collecting is that you can collect whatever you want. You could say, I want to collect every year, right? Of a coin, or I want to just look at 40s, coins from the 40s or from the 50s, or just find every denomination of the year that you were born or whatever. Like, there's so much that you could decide to do. Some people collect just because of the design, not even the year. They're like, well, I want to have this one, I want to have the old Jefferson, right, and have all the designs. Some people go by the years. Obviously, I love the older, more rare finds. And old doesn't always mean valuable. There are 1909 coins that are worth, what, 10, 20 bucks? Which you may think is a lot, but there are nickels, like I said, from 1971 that is not old at all, that are worth over 1,000 because there's an error, right? So this is a new coin, 2023 Denver. I mean, this was minted, could have been yesterday, a couple months ago, but this year for sure. And so that's kind of cool. We just found a 2023. Now, what was really cool is the other day I was at the bank, and there was this woman in front of me, and she asked, you know, one of the people while you're waiting in line, she asked her, she said, "Excuse me, miss, do you happen to have any Maya Angelou quarters?" Obviously, guys and gals, I have Maya Angelou quarters in my collection. I didn't say anything. And the woman was like, "Oh, I have no idea," like the one working at the bank. She had no idea. She was like, "I don't know how I would find them," and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, and this older lady who was asking, a client like myself, she was like, "I've never seen one. I've just heard of them, and I want to see it in person." But I totally get that. And I don't even think she was a coin lady, because I actually started talking to her, because we were just waiting in line, kind of bored. And she was telling me how she just wanted to see one. And honestly, I didn't think of it. I could have been like, I have one in my collection, like, you know, I could like send you one. It's not a big deal. They're not worth too much. They're just worth about 25 cents. But anyway, I don't know. I thought it was weird because she might be like, why is this guy trying to, you know what, I'm into these things, and I do those weird things because, I don't know, I like to do things that are a little unpredictable, and even though I'm shy, at the same time, when something interests me, it piques my interest, and I think that lady would be over cloud nine, and the bank didn't help her. Like, she just wanted to find one of those quarters, and going through this, I saved certain ones, and I've saved 2 or 3 Maya Angelos. Maybe next time I have to print like a little business card or something, and then with like, you know, and give it to someone, be like, hey, like, you can email me, and then maybe I could be like, hey, meet me at the same bank. I don't know if that's weird, but like, I like to do stuff like that. Be like, yeah, meet me at the same bank at this time, like where we were in line in the little lobby area or the waiting area, and I'll just bring the coin to you. Like, and if you need to make a deposit or withdrawal, you're at the bank. Like, you know, it's a pretty safe place. Like, I met her there. She was this older lady. I was just a guy coming in to make a couple bank, little bank business there. But anyway, that's my point, that there are genuine people who want to look and find certain coins that they've never seen, and I don't know what it is, but I think it's because it's money, right? And there's always a fascination with money, and you're used to what you're used to, but when you see something you're not used to, it catches your attention, right? And so I totally get her. She wanted to see a Maya Angelou. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna print out like some little business cards with like some of my info, maybe my Instagram, and literally like I could just give her my Instagram and be like, hey, I'll post a Maya Angelou image. Like, she wanted to see one, and since I saw her and I met her, I could be like, hey, meet me at the bank like a Saturday, 1 o'clock. I'd go there. I mean, it's my local bank. I won't say which one it is, but it's my local bank. I'll meet you there, and I'll bring the Maya Angelou. Maybe I won't give it to her, to be honest. But I don't know. I don't want to make a habit of I don't know. I don't know if I would give her the coin, but that's beside the point. Just to see her, you know. But anyway, that was a little story of mine to show that there are interesting things sometimes. I mean, I've come upon weird coins that even the bank tellers have never seen or have never even heard of. And they're like, whoa, like $2 bills? I haven't seen this many. I have a whole stack. And so some people like them for good luck and stuff. I even sell them on my eBay page. They're like, Rick, is this going to be a whole advertising for my eBay? Well, I'll mention it here and there. Because I know some people, again, they want to find these things. Or they want to be like, well, I want some of those. Why sell them? And it takes work to find these things. And there are people who don't want to work to find these things, which I totally understand. People choose how to use their time, and someone who chooses to use their time in something else, or they don't have the time to go through these coins and how to find these $2 bills and big stacks of 50 or 100, hey, don't worry. I know what I'm doing. And so, you know, if I could provide that service to someone, sure, I'll do it. It's my pleasure. My pleasure, because it's fun. This is fun for me, in case you're not catching on, but I think you all are. See, it's just fun, because I feel like I'm going to do this and be like, whoa, right, and show it to you, but I don't know. I feel like we might find something, and if not, we had a good time. You let me know what you think. What's 72? It just, okay, now this is weird. Look how flattened this is. Oh, look how scratched up and weird this one is. See that? It's a 70S, which are not worth too much. I mean, everything is worth something. I've gone through many of these a good amount of times where I already know what to look for. I hopefully won't miss anything. If I do miss anything, let me know in the comments. Maybe we'll catch it. But, I mean, I know this pretty well. And I kind of know what I'm looking for. Because like I said, there may be someone who's like, Rick, why'd you bypass that 47? Because I bypassed that 47. I would like to have a 47. Maybe some of you have like a 47 that I just bypassed and are holding it dear because it's the oldest one. Well, I go through those a lot. But I've found 38s. 38s are cool. 38 nickels. Because it's the only nickel like that I know where in 1938 they made the Buffalo design and the Jefferson design. So there are two coins with two different designs because it transitioned, right, from the Buffalo design to the Jefferson, which we've seen since 1938, right? So it's been from 1938 to present, and it hasn't changed. I mean, yes, the way the design is, but it's been Jefferson. That's my point. And so that is, to me, that's one of the coolest years. It is worth something, but it's not worth like tons. I think it will one day though, because it's that year, and I have to look at the numbers because I have the production numbers or the mintage number, but how many they made of one versus the other, because you would think that the Jefferson is the first year of the Jefferson in 38, and it's the last year of the Buffalo. So obviously they made some more than the other, and I guess I could check that for you. But oh look, here's a 48. It actually looks a lot better than the 47 that we found. The 48S. Let me show that to you. I'll show it to you right here. And see that? So this was minted. Let me move it like that. So this was minted in San Francisco. You see that S right there. And then on the back, or on the front actually, of the obverse, you see the, there we go. Good focus. You can see the 48 there. That's awesome. Okay. Again, I know some of you will cringe. Rick, you threw the 48 out. Yeah, it's not worth tons. It's not the post World War II or during the World War II that I'm looking for. There's a 43 penny that if you get it in steel, it's the only year they made it in steel, it's worth a whole bunch. I think it's worth hundreds of thousands, but it's so little because it was an error. So in World War II, right, they needed the copper that the pennies were made of for ammo and things like that. And so they decided to change it to steel, which was more readily available, more abundant. However, they were like, no, we can replace it with others, like nickel and stuff like that, or bronze. They did bronze for a little bit. It was just easier. And when they did that, it's just that little bit of steel that they have, and so those are really, it's this color. The penny is this color, which is nuts to see a penny in that color naturally, right? And so if you get that, that's a gold mine right there. Basically a natural penny in the color. There are fakes out there because they're worth so much. Yep, believe it, there are fake coins. So thank you all for watching. If you want to see more of this, just subscribe, hit the bell button, let me know. If you like me to do another denomination, obviously these are nickels. This is the standard I'm starting with, but like I could do this with half dollars, with quarters, with dimes, pennies, dollar coins. They're all unique and fun in their own way. I mean, there are my least favorites. I like dimes because you can find silver, but they're a pain in the butt to put together and to like get back to, taking them back. I don't like dimes for that way, but you can find silver. You can find them in quarters, but I think people just pick through the quarters so much. Could we believe we are moving through this, by the way? I do pick kind of quickly, by the way. I did it before. Alright, we're 20, like about halfway done with the box. So, I don't know about you, if you would like, just for these 5, or for these 5, I'll keep it kind of quiet. Maybe if I find something crazy, I'll show you, or point something out. So I won't be completely silent, but I'll tone down the talking a little bit, see if you like that. And again, let me know. Your feedback is much appreciated. Tell me what you like. And yeah, I plan on maybe showing some car videos in the future. Again, this channel, there won't be a topic. The only main thing on it will be Rick9G, Magnum Rick9G, which Magnum being big or large, or right, like the world, my world. And I was gonna call this channel the world of Rick9G, but I think that's too common, too cliche. So I decided to make it world of, and like Magnum, right? And I think that fits, Magnum Rick9G. And it could be anything related to any of my interests, theme parks, things like that. Okay, let's focus on here. Like I said, a rather silent look through. Oh wait, see, I just said silent. And this is a 40 nickel. It's beat up. It's in bad shape. I'm going to quickly reference it here. Look in my book. Yeah, so it's not, if I would have proof this quarter's of proof. They only made 14,000 proofs, worth $105. About this is worth 15, but nothing too crazy about this one. It's a 40 and it's in bad shape. This would be something if you want to give to like your grandkid or someone that you knew. It's like, hey, it's a 40 nickel and that's kind of cool, but it's all about what someone would pay for something, right? So yeah. Anyway, so that's the oldest we found now, a 40. I guess we can do that. I guess we can keep it kind of here. I'm going to keep it here. So it'll be like our oldest, and then we'll end the video seeing like, this is the oldest. So the oldest we found is a 40. And then maybe like, it's not in great shape, maybe we'll find a better shape one. So let me keep going through this in rather silence. And if I find something, I'll come back to you. Just leaving with the sound of the coins. Here's another 46. I like how this looks. It's in pretty nice shape, actually. I'm just going to put it over here. It's not really like a crazy find. I don't want to say that these are crazy finds. This one's nice. Let me tell you that the 40, I mean, it's not nice looking. The 1940, they made 176 million. Others, they made less, like a 1939 Denver, 3.5 million. So you can see that this is pretty voluminous. They've made a lot of these. I don't think I've found a 39 Denver before. Yeah, there's so little of them. I mean, 3 million. There are coins that they made billions, literally, of 1 year. Or of a certain, like, letter. Like 34D, they made like $1 billion. And then 34P, they made like $500,000. Or, like whatever. So it depends. Anyway, let's get back to it. I'm liking this. Oh, look at this. See? Oh, look what I found. I've never found this coin before. This is cool. So this is some of the stuff that I love to see. So this is an 83. Sorry, this thing's in the way. Let me see if... Sorry, because this light. No! It's like right there. Okay, that works. It's an 83 Confederation. This is a Switzerland coin of Helvetica. Beautiful. So this is a 20 unit. I don't know what it's called. I can't look through it right now, but I'll probably write about it in my Instagram, which is Magnum Coins. You can look it up, Magnum Coins, or I'll post it here. But this is cool. Even look at the Confederation, the Q and the E. I love that. Look at that. Sorry, I'm trying to battle with this light here. There we go. The Q and the E, or the O and the E. It's just really beautiful. So anyway, so this is the kind of stuff that I like finding. And yeah, we'll keep at it. I'll leave it over here as like a unique find. So I'm happy about that one. Really happy about that one. Again, I'll maybe tell you how much it's worth because I have in possession, not with me right now, a book that tells you pretty much every single coin value from 1900 to 2000 all around the world. Literally every country, like Angola, Egypt, United States, like any country, Britain. So it's a really thick book. It's like over 600 pages, but it's so valuable to me because it gives me a good reference, right? So anyway, we'll see how much that's worth. But that's a 20 unit, so it's like a 20 cent for the Swiss. So that might be worth a few bucks, I don't know. Definitely more than just a nickel. So that's cool. Again, I've never found that coin. So we'll keep at this. I'll dump this. I won't show it in this one, but then I'm going to roll all of these. I don't know if I'll roll them today, to be honest with you. Because after this video, I'll be probably a bit tired because it's the evening time and stuff to edit the video and so forth. So I can get to rolling them at another time. I'll just do that off camera, obviously. But yeah, so let's get right to this. Maybe I'll keep it the silent style a little bit, and I'll come in if anything comes up. I could also do this in the future where like I cut. I may do it differently, where I'll be like, okay, when I find something, I'll cut. But sometimes I may go through a whole box and not find much. Right? Like I said, I've never found that Swiss coin. And who knows if I'll find another. I don't know. I don't think they're common. I've gone through a lot of boxes of nickels in my day. I've never found it. So, but then sometimes you may never find certain things, and sometimes you do. So it depends. But we'll keep at it. Alright. So we are down to our last 20 rolls. If you can see right here. So these are 10. Oh, 11. Sometimes the rolls bunch up. It's kind of a long story, but yeah. So we're to our last 20-ish. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're 10 here, and then there should be 10 down there. Yeah, see, it's just because this one. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, we'll keep at it. I'll keep it kind of quiet. If I find something, I will chime in. I will say something. Like that Helvetica coin. It's almost like a quarter for them, right? But it's the size of our nickels. So that's why it got in here and got tossed in there and got included in those. And those are cool because I sometimes list those separately. Or maybe make like a batch of like Swiss coins or something. It just depends what people want to see. And this glove is getting sweaty already, so this one looks good to switch soon. Might switch it. Spreading them out like that allows me to see more coins at the same time. And that's why I do 5 rolls, because I feel like if I do 1, it's not as exciting. There's more chances to see something if you have 5, right? And I think I just go by 5s. Because usually the numbers in the boxes are like that, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20. So if it's like 40 rolls, I do that 8 times. You know what I mean? So it just makes sense. 50 rolls. Right, I do that 10 times. I think sometimes people shy away from longer videos. I like them sometimes. Because you can come back to them. Let me know if you like to watch this with the link. And I know you probably won't watch this all the way through. But you may miss something, or you may watch a little bit of it, come back to it another day, and then as I add more, you have a whole collection to watch and see me look through quarters, and every box is going to be a different adventure. I'm going to get good boxes and bad boxes, and that's unique. You know, that Swiss coin. what's cool is that my eye is fixed on certain coins as I'm grabbing them. Your eyes could be fixed on something else, so you may see things faster than I do. Because there's so many of you out there. Some of you may kind of follow my hand, and some of your eyes may wander and see something else and be like, ooh, I wonder when Rick will get to it. Maybe it's over here and I'm just chilling on this side, you know. But anyway. So let me know if I missed something, but I'm pretty diligent. I'm human, so I may miss something. And I won't roll the nickels right away. So it'll give me a little time if someone says, Rick, you literally missed something. And then tell me when. Like if it's like 10 minutes, 47 seconds in, tell me, and then I can, you know, narrow it down. It'll be a little hard, but I can go back and see if it's something and then look in the pile again. It's just part of the work, but that's why I try to do the best job initially. So that's not an 1893? Yeah, that's just commemorating that, the Louisiana Purchase. So anyway, that'd be cool though. Oh my gosh, an 1890s coin. Oh, that would be insanely popular and expensive. 1970? And almost done. Yeah, I'm going to use all of these plates for the whole of this search. 5. So we're down to about a whole set, or a whole, what, 10, 15? About 15 rolls. So we're nearing our last 3 rounds, if you call them rounds. I've done 10 rounds of just 7? That's crazy. Sometimes my little method isn't as efficient when all these coins fall, and I'm like, dang. I like the perfection of them being all in a row, you know, but I don't always get what I want. Like that. It's okay. So I mostly tear them. I don't really cut through them. If you tear it, you get more of that little rib off, and it's easier to get it off. I think some people try to cut them, and if you cleanly slice through it, you still have to peel around. And so when I rip it off, I open it, right? Because I tear almost all that little rib area off. Okay, so I don't want these to get mixed up or to fall here and have me miss them. Alright, are you seeing something that maybe I'm not? Let me know in the comments, see if I get to it. But we found a few nickels from the 40s already, which is awesome. But we haven't found anything older than 40. That's kind of the limit. But the ones that I'm looking for that are World War II oriented are, let me check in my notes, 42 to 45, and there's 11 coins in that category that I like, and the only reason is because 40% of those coins are actually silver, so not the whole coin, so less than half of the coin is silver, which is still enough, and I like to keep those. I feel they're going to go and appreciate in value one day, because they're really the only nickels that are silver like that, because the older ones aren't copper nickels, are the 42 to 45s. And so I like to keep it. Like I said, like, even though it's not fully silver, I feel like collectors one day will be like, I want them as many as possible just because they're almost half silver. That's the most we get in nickels, basically, right? in composition of silver. I think the camera has a limit in how much I could record at a time, so it booted me off. It was like, you're done. But anyway, we'll work around it. We'll see how it works. It's my first time really using this camera for a long period of time. It's pretty awesome. There's no other way I could do something hands-free, or to keep it steady, right, to where it's like, alright. Going through this, and it's pretty fun to have you along with me. I'm really thankful that you're tuning in and you're watching the video this long, or at this point. It means a lot to me. And like I said, I like this. I want to make this a thing. I mean, I do this on my own here and there. It's a hobby of mine. Go through these coins every once in a while and see if I find anything. And it's fun. So I want to make these style videos for you to see if it's interesting to you. And I'm not going to film every box that I go through, but I will do new ones like this with you. Sealed boxes that I have no idea what's in them. And I want to hit the mother load. I want to hit a big load with you guys and be able to, you know, have us enjoy that together. I think that would be awesome. Alright, let's keep this going. So, oops, I'm doing these 5 here. In here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 more rolls. That's it. This is my 7th, 8th, and 8th round. Then I have my 9th round with 5 more. Then my 10th round with the last 5. And that's it. And we're done. And that's it. And we've gone through it, guys and gals. We've gone through these coins. And like I said, they're all different. Like in quarters, you find something else. You're looking for something else. And you find certain denominations, find certain things. You know, quarters, you want to find silver. You also want to find W quarters are also good ones. Errors, there's lots of errors in quarters. What else? Double dies. We haven't talked about double dies at all, which don't really apply to nickels. There are some double die nickels, though. I think 39, the Monticello in the back. The words are double die. Well, if you happen to find that, that could be worth a whole bunch of money. But if we get to that point, we'll look at it. And we'll see what's up. But I'm having fun. Thank you for joining me here. I'm having a good time. Alright. Oh, I'm making such a mess with these coins in the front. Sometimes I like to make it nice and neat. We'll see how much I can make it nice and neat in the upcoming rolls. I'll try to salvage this one. You'll see. It's getting there. Yeah, like, if you want to give me feedback, feel free. Like, a good way to give feedback is like, hey Rick, you know, I like the video, but I think if you, you know, do a little more silent, I'd enjoy that more. Or just say, Rick, this is a good video, but could you make a video that is just literally silent? More like ASMR. And I just want to hear the noise. Or you say, you know what, Rick, it's kind of boring when you don't say anything or you don't add commentary. Could you just make sure to make it, you know, more... There's a penny in here. What in the world? Did they jip me a nickel because they stuck a penny in here? I hope not. I hope not. I'm gonna have to put a penny in there. Excuse me, a nickel in there and lose 4 cents. Right? You know what I mean? I have to stick a nickel in there. And minus that penny is what, a 4-cent difference? How'd you get a penny in there? Maybe it was like a machine error. It went through the sensors and stuff. So yeah, if you don't know, by the way, I have a channel. Oh, look at this, 49. the last year of the 40s. 49S, actually. Let me check this one out. I probably have this one already. Yeah, a coin of this in like amazing condition, it's worth about 25 bucks, but the demand is not there. Like, you can totally list it for that, but that's not a coin that someone's like, I'm gonna go buy that. Because there's no reason to. It's not silver, none of it. And so, you know what I mean? Like, that's how much it's worth, but you also have to find someone who's willing to pay that. And so, I guess people will pay that, but it's not like the craziest. So I dumped it back in the pile. But anyway, yeah, your feedback is much appreciated. You know, constructive criticism is amazing. It helps out because I can make this in different styles. I like the whole talking and, oh, this is a 46. We found a lot of 46s today. I will just put that. Remember, that one's not silver or anything like that. So yeah, I could make this. I like the longer length version because I feel like there's like a relaxingness to it, but it makes you not miss anything. And let's see if there's anything super exciting that you can watch and see, and you can see my excitement if I find it. Like that Swiss one, that was cool. That made the video for me, you know, to be able to find this, because it's a cool coin. So anyway, I have another channel. It's my main channel. It's just called Rick9G. You can write the number, like literally Rick, R-I-C-K, a number 9 and a G, and it'll pop up. Or you can write it out, Rick, R-I-C-K, N-I-N-E-G, and just look it up on YouTube. Or you can literally just type it in Google, and it'll come up. But I cover classic TV shows and movies. It's one of my biggest passions in life. I like it more than coins. Yes, I do. And, yeah, if you're into that stuff, and I'm assuming a lot of people who watch me here come from there. Big shout out to all my main channel Rick9G viewers who are good supporters, and I know a lot of you may be here because you want to see more content of me, hear me talk more, hear my insights. But some of you maybe just found me out of nowhere, meaning like, you just happen to come upon a video of a guy looking through coins, and you maybe like my style, or you like how I do things. I am not going to plant coins. There's no purpose in doing that. To be honest, I mean, I don't know. I think some people do plant them, and there are ways, and it's just like too elaborate. And anyway, whatever I find, I'll show, and if it's a boring thing, we'll make it exciting with the commentary and so forth. So, yeah, I mean, everyone wants to find coins that are worth like millions, right? But yeah, we'll just see. We'll just go with it. We're not going to give too much pressure to anything in specific. By the way, if you happen to notice any little cuts and stuff, remember, this is my first ever for this camera. And so I'm just trying to make sure it doesn't run out of battery. And even my Wi-Fi didn't hold on this thing, because I can connect it with Wi-Fi and stuff. It didn't hold it for long. So now I'm off the Wi-Fi. And now that I know where it's pointing and where the camera is looking and everything, it's fine. But anyway, I'm just trying to get the kinks out. But I'm thankful to you for watching, for enjoying this. And look at that. We're down to our last round. This is the second to last round. Penultimate. It's the penultimate. And believe me, I've done it where I've gone through a whole box. And I'm not kidding. Like the last 2 or 3 rolls, I'm like, this box is a bust, right? I'm like, this is the worst box I've ever had. I didn't find anything. A little whiny Rick9G here. And then all of a sudden, I'm not even kidding, like the last 3 rolls, I'll find like a 40 or 50 or $100 coin. I'm like, what? Or, I mean, when I found that $700 nickel, I found a $1,500 nickel Buffalo the other day. The shape isn't great, but I do have it on eBay. And I have it for the listed price of $1,500, because that's how much it's worth in excellent shape. I would say it's in good shape, maybe a little less than that. I would definitely sell it for $15, but if someone gives me a good offer, I may let it go. I just may let it go. It depends what the offer is. It depends if I woke up. Why not? Just send an offer. I will put a link. I won't put a link in this video. I'll see if people are interested. Just let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in like looking through those coins and maybe starting a coin collection of your own. Look at that gash in Jefferson. Oof, painful, painful. Yeah, if you'd be interested in looking at what's on there, I add stuff regularly. Not only do I do coins on there, but I sell bills and just anything cool that you might need, that you might see, coin and bill related. I've got it. I've got a lot of stuff. This is an 89p. Not often that you see a P on these. Let me look that up. Again, I don't think it's worth tons. I would just bet it isn't. Yeah, it's not. It's worth a couple bucks. And I don't usually go for those. I started saving things that are a couple bucks, but again, you start to see, like, for example, like a penny that's worth $3 or $4, that may sell easily. But a nickel that's worth $3 or $4, not really. At least it hasn't been my experience. And people looking for certain things, the ones that get a lot of action are those Buffalo nickels. Like, people love looking at those, seeing what they are, and I've sold a couple of them. People like the Buffaloes, because again, they're so rare to these days, and there are different ones, because I think it went from like 19, I can find the exact dates, 19 something, those Buffaloes, 1913 and 1938, so a good, what, 20 something years of those coins out, so millions and millions upon millions were made, right? But we're in the, right, 2023, right, 100 years after, and some of those coins didn't make it, some of them got lost, some of them tossed, whatever it might be, they're gone, right? So, just because they made 50 million of something, doesn't mean they're 50 million around, right? There could be 1,000 of them around, which is not a lot, if you think about our population. And so these are our last 5 rolls, everyone. This is it. After this, the video is done. If you could do me a favor and leave a like, subscribe, and just tell me, because the feedback that you give me will directly correlate to what I do. I could always do a box or a video that's like 5 minutes long, and I start doing this, and I only stop when I see something of importance or interest. And then I say, okay, I'll keep going, and I'll come back, and then boom, I'll cut, and maybe 20 minutes later I'll come back and show, you know, I could do that. I could do 5 minutes of that, which is fine. But I feel like with this, you're on the journey with me. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm open to whatever you all are interested in. And the last roll. Last roll of the box. Box is empty. Box is empty. And again, maybe I'll do another video where I just show you how I roll them. If you have preform rolls, it's really easy with a machine. But it is a lot more expensive to buy the preform rolls, and if you're doing this for a hobby, you're basically losing money as you're doing it, unless, you know, it's one of those hobbies that you like to sink money in. But as of now, with, like, you know, the little that I sell and stuff, because I don't sell a whole bunch of these, I'll be honest. I would like to sell more, which is why I'm telling you about it. But, you know, that helps fund what I do, meaning, like, obviously I keep this separate from my RIC9G, but if, like, someone sells buys a coin, you know, that I find that is worth 40, 50 bucks, you know, that'll pay for all the wraps, and it'll pay for, you know, getting the coins and gas and all that stuff, and, you know, it's a give and take, right? You all get videos, and I get to do my hobby and share it with you. And it's like, we're all good, right? We're all happy, and the videos stay free, because I would never want to charge people to like watch these videos. Maybe in the future, may I make exclusive ones? Well, yeah, but those people know they're exclusive and there's something very unique to offer. And so, yeah, you pay for that. That's different. And even that's optional, right? But these, I want to keep them free so that everyone can watch them. And like you said, feedback is appreciated. There's some things I can't change. I can't change the way I talk. Meaning, like, my voice. My voice is my voice. My style is my style. I can't make the coin silent. I can maybe deaden the sound with something, but I think it's, I don't know. I feel like some people may even like the sound, which is why I stayed quiet for a little bit. I mean, it's not super violent, but it's just like little sounds. Yeah, I don't see anything super crazy. So this box, I would say, is a low in terms of interest. But I did find a coin that I've never handled and touched in my life before. And that's that Helvetica 20. We're not officially done, but we're getting there. And after that, we'll just see, everyone. We'll see. We'll see what comes up. What's also interesting, too, is obviously these coins are handled by people and put in these rolls, and I'm unrolling them. You get some interesting smells. They're not always bad. Like, they actually don't smell. They're metal, so unless it's been through the ringer, and just, I don't want to go through that, because that's super rare. But the point is, like, sometimes you'll get a whiff of perfume from a certain coin, which is someone who's wearing perfume, and, you know, got on them, they touched it, and it's very, like, scenty. That's interesting to think about, you know, that it stayed, the smell has stayed in that wrapper, or, you know, it's just interesting to think where these coins have been. So we're wrapping up here. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you all, and again, I think videos like this, they'll be different every single time. We've had fun. I've certainly had fun. These are going in the bin. And we found, wait, where's my Helvetica coin? I don't know where it is, to be honest with you. I have to go look for it. But look at this. 1946. Very cool. 1940. And my Helvetica that I will find somewhere. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support. We'll see you all next time. And don't forget, everyone, most importantly, be hopeful.